Welcome back, my beautiful community. This is another video from Nia Creative Home YouTube channel, your channel to discover what ways you have to create that perfect interior design for your spaces. So let's get started. If you are just like me, living in a studio and you find yourself going bananas because you don't know how to create the space that you need without cluttering that space, without putting too much stuff, just like I'm doing. I'm always telling you guys that it's important for you to create the perfect space with a good layout and maximizing the space to work for you. And me particularly, I'm like going crazy because I already changed my space so many times because I'm that kind of person that till the day that I found that perfect layout, till the day that I found something that is really suitable for me, I will keep changing and keep changing. So because of that, I had to study about it more, to go more deep and to put all the knowledge that I already have about interior decoration with all the studies, everything that I'm learned from school, to create that good space for me, to create a place that I will really enjoy. Right now, it is amazing. It's not perfect, nothing is perfect, but it's getting really better. And so for that reason, because I know a lot of you are struggling with a studio. Nowadays, it's so often to see people renting studios, and for that reason, I decided to share with you some tips. I decided to share with you some knowledge to help you and to help myself to create that great space, that great studio. First things first, what is a studio? Yes, Sandra, I know what a studio is. Just in case you don't actually understand what the purpose of the studio is, let me just refresh your mind. First of all, a studio is a compact living space that typically consists of a single room serving multiple functions, including bedroom, living room, kitchen, and often a dining room, all within one open space. These apartments are known for their limited square footage, making them both cost-effective and efficient for urban living. In some cases, you have, like, for example, for me, I have the bedroom, the living room, and the office in the same space. Then I have the bathroom and I have the kitchen separated, but still is a studio. Some people, they have the kitchen, the bedroom, the living room in the same area, and then the separated from them. For that, they have the bathroom. Most often, the bathroom has to be separated. Of course, it's like, of course, it has to be separated. But the typology of the studio can change a little bit. The fact that the studio has a really compact space for you to design, for you to arrange and create layouts, you are going to find, of course, design challenges. And those design challenges can be: the primary challenge is the constrained space, which requires thoughtful planning to ensure functionality and comfort. You will find problem with the zoning, creating the distinct zones within a single room can be a tricky situation, as it necessitates clear boundaries between the sleeping, living, and dining areas. For me, I think it's really important for you to create those divisions. For me, not everybody thinks the same. I know that some people, they like to have everything in the same place without the divisions, but I think that it's important to create those divisions, especially for privacy. For example, if you are in the living room and you have someone else in the bedroom area, if you have like a simple divider, it will bring privacy to the person that is on the bedroom, and to you that are using the living room, or probably watching television, something like that. So for that reason, I think sometimes it's important to have those divisions. Maintaining privacy within a studio can be a concern, especially when it comes to the bedroom area. That's the reason why I mentioned the importance of having the different zones. Storage can be limited too, so creative storage solutions are essential to keep the space organized and clutter-free. Further in the video, I will give you guys some examples and some ideas of storage as well, and why it is so important. Proper lighting is crucial to make the space feel open and inviting, but there may be limited natural light sources. In my case, I I don't have that much of natural light sources. I have that more in the morning, but in the afternoon that I don't have that much lighting. That's the reason why it is important to think about the lighting, because I need to have other sources of lighting, in this case artificial light. So I have different types of lights. I have the ceiling, I have the floor, I have the desk lighting, and pretty much that's the lighting that I have. But I have it like filling the room. No, I'm not going to use them at the same time, of course. I'm going to use just on the places that I'm using, in the divisions that I'm using. And the last downfall that I have for you is the aesthetics, because balancing aesthetics and functionality while personalizing the space can be challenging due to the small footprint, due to the small area that you are decorating. And now, okay, so I know the problems, I know the struggles, and there are more, of course, but I'm just bringing the top ones. Now, okay, what should I do? What should I bring? What kind of solutions do I have to be able to really create a cozy space, a place that I love to stay, a place that I feel comfortable, that I feel myself? And now is the time for me to bring you guys those juicy tips for you to create that perfect space. Let's come with me. First of all, define a clear layout. Start planning the layout of the studio. Consider the placement of the essential zones like the living area, the sleeping area, the kitchen, and dining space. Ensure there is a logical flow between these areas to maximize the functionality. Use the layout, and I already mentioned in the previous videos how important it is for you to, first of all, when you are designing a space, to create the layout, to draw the layout, or to use online tools for that. If you didn't saw that already, check out the card to see that video about the layout. It wasn't specific for studio, but has a lot of good content that will help you think about and that will help you realize how important it is to create the layout. Doesn't matter how long are you going to stay in that place. The important fact that you have to keep in mind is no matter how long you stay in that space, can be a month, can be 6 months, can be a year, it's always important to think about how comfortable you feel in that space. So think about the furniture that you are using, and be thoughtful when you're choosing the furniture. Think about something and choose something, first of all, that is within your budget, but that is something that makes you feel comfortable. That's really important, because you're going to stay a lot of small time in that space, but it's going to be beneficial for your well-being as well. So after the layout, it is important to think about the colors that you are going to choose. Opt for light colors is really essential when you are decorating a studio, because it's a smaller space. So use a light and natural color palette for the walls, ceiling, and larger furniture pieces. Light colors can help create an open and spacious feel. You can add, of course, pops of color throughout the decoration items, such like the cushions, the artworks, the rugs, the bedclothes. Everything else can have those pop of colors, but please don't overwhelm the space with too much color. Then you have the multifunctional furniture that I already mentioned before. This type of furniture serves multiple purposes, often referred to as multiple function or space-saving furniture. They offer several significant benefits in the limited space environments like the studio apartments or small homes. There are a lot of benefits when you are choosing those elements, especially first of all, because it will take off the space that you need when you have a small area, when you have a small room to decorate. Those pieces of furniture, they will maximize the space efficiently. They will enhance the functionality of the space as well. They will create a clean and tidy look. They will improve the traffic flow that is so important in every room that you are decorating. The traffic flow, I already mentioned, is crucial. They will make your life easy for you to adapt to any changes that you are going through your life. If you're moving to another place, you already have that multiple functional piece of furniture that probably gonna take less space. It is comfortable, it is convenient, and of course it's good for the environment, because instead of you having like a sofa and a bed, you just have one piece of furniture that is the sofa bed. That's it. Or sometimes you have those Murphy beds. The Murphy bed can be You can be like mounted on the wall. You can have that built in the wall. The sky is the limit. Be creative. Think about all the possibilities. And those pieces of furniture, they are important because the studio apartment fits a lot of purposes. It has a lot of purposes in just one small room, in just one small area or smaller area, depending on the type of an apartment that you are using. Because the studio serves a lot of purposes, you don't need to have all of those purposes working on the same time. That's the reason why, for example, the bed and the sofa. You don't have to have the bed or the sofa like open at the same time. No, you can have like using them on each time that you need them. So when you need a sofa, you have a sofa. When you need a bed, you have a bed. You have, for example, dining tables that doubles to become a desk. You have like the storage ottoman that it can be a place for you to sit or a place for you to storage things to. Another great items are the modular pieces of furniture, the modular, for example, sofas, because you can change them according to what you need. If you don't need, if for example it's just you have like your modular furniture arranging in a way that suits for you. For example, if you want to bring someone to your house, if you want to throw a party, the fact that you have a studio doesn't mean that you're not gonna invite your friends to stay with you. You're not gonna invite your friends to have a party or a gathering. No, that's why you have to be tricky. That's why you have to be creative when you are decorating. I invite my friends a lot of times. I love them when they are here. I have a bunch of solutions. I have a really good sofa with a lot of space, and it's really comfortable, but it's not too much. I have a bed that has a good size to like 3 people. I have storage on the other room, a bedroom that when I don't need that bed, it transformed like in a shelves for me to put things on top, to storage things on top. And when someone comes here, I have that extra bed for them. So you see, you have a lot of different items that you can use. Again, that's the reason why the multiple functional piece of furniture is so important. Now let's continue with the tips to improve and to maximize your space. Other good thing is to have clever storage solutions. Maximize storage with built-in shelves with cabinets and closets. Use every inch of your vertical space. Underbed storage and wall-mounted storage units are excellent choices for studios. And those wall-mounted storage can be used as dividers, for example, to divide different areas of your space. And with that saying, the next item is the room dividers and screens. If privacy is a concern, use room dividers to create distinct areas within the studio, for example, between your sleeping area and the rest of the space within, with room dividers such as bookcases, folder screens, or curtains. On my Pinterest, you have a bunch of ideas to create dividers, either if you are in a renting place or in a place that is yours, something that you bought. You have different solutions, and nowadays you have even great solutions to rent places too, like to create dividers without ruining the place that you are renting. I even create a small video with some inspiration on my TikTok. If you want to see it, the link in the description box below. If you want to check more ideas like this, check out my TikTok. You're gonna find a great amount of inspiration too there. The next item, the next tip is to use mirrors and reflective surfaces. Place mirrors strategically to bounce light and create illusion of space. I already mentioned this before. The mirrors can do magic. Consider open shelving. Open shelving in the kitchen and living room can give the studio a more open and airy feel. Use them to display decorative items and keep frequently used items within easy reach. Always important. Create a focal point. Choose one area or feature as a focal point. It could be a statement wall, a piece of art, or a unique piece of furniture. This draws attention and adds character to the space. In my case is the paintings. Define separate areas with rugs. This visually separates spaces and adds warmth. Ensure the rugs complement the overall color scheme and style. Of course, not everybody is in love with rugs. I understand. It takes a little bit for you to maintain and brings a little bit extra work, but it brings the warmth that you need to the space and is comfortable under your feet. If you just like me and love to walk bare feet, you're gonna love to have rugs under your feet. A next good solution are the vertical gardens and plants. Bring in some greenery with potted plants, and consider vertical gardens if floor space is limited. Not just if the floor space is limited. Like in places like this, small areas like this, having vertical gardens are the best. You don't need to have everything on vertical, of course, but it's a great way for you to create, for example, a focal point. That could be a focal point for you to have vertical garden. That is a beautiful and greenery focal point. Think about it. Plants not only add that natural touch, but also improve the air quality. That is always important. Incorporate different types of lighting, like I mentioned before, including the ambient, task, and accent lighting, especially when you don't have much of natural lighting. Pendant light, floor lamps, and wall sconces can create a cozy and well-lit atmosphere as well. But please be careful when you use the lights and use them in the right way. I already mentioned this on a previous video that I had like a long time, not a long time before, but a few months before. You can check the card. The next thing is to personalize with decoration. Add personal touches throughout the core items like artwork, cushions, throws, and decorative accessories. These items can reflect your style and make the space feel more like your home, like your cocoon, like your nest. Please keep clutter at bay by regularly going through your belongings and donating or storing items you don't need. A clutter-free studio appears more spacious and inviting, and avoid overcrowding. And when you don't have a place that is so cluttered, it's so much easier for you to keep it clean. I think I cannot explain on words how important it is for you to clutter a space. I'm working with someone that she needs to declutter her space. Oh my God, that made me realize how important it is for have a place that is not cluttered, a place that is clean, and how important and how easy is my life without too much stuff on my space. It's really, really, really important. And I will mention this till I get old and you guys get tired of me. I'm gonna mention it's important to clean, and it's important to have your place free of clutter. The last tip that I have for you is adapt and refresh. As your needs and tastes change, don't hesitate to rearrange your furniture or update your decoration. Studio decoration should be adaptable and reflect your evolving lifestyle. Like I mentioned, me, Sandra, I'm always changing everything, always, always, always. I don't remember how the house was when I first came here, because I change everything and I keep changing, and I'm probably gonna change some particular areas of the space as well, especially after me like getting deep into this studio decoration. I got more inspired, and I have some ideas, and I will show you guys. As soon as I got the ideas ready, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to share with you guys the ideas that I had and the difference that they made in my space as well. And feel free to do the same. If you are living in a studio, if you are living in a small space, and you find useful all of those tips and all of those inspiration, let me know here in the comment section. I will be glad to hear your stories, to hear what options do you have. You're probably gonna have some more options that you can share with me, and I will be so thrilled to use them as well in my space. One last thing, remember that the key to decorating a studio effectively is to strike a balance between aesthetics and functionality while making the most of the limited space available. That's the key of the studio apartment decoration. It can be tricky, yes, it can be tricky, but it's not impossible. Doesn't matter how big the space is, doesn't matter how much money you have. You don't need to go straight away and buy everything that you need, or go straight away and change the whole space. No, you can do this like in small steps, because with small steps you achieve a goal, and that's the main key when you decorating, especially when you are decorating a studio. That's the main key. You go one step at a time. I already explained this. When you are creating a layout, you're probably gonna change in the future, and that's okay. Don't worry about that. As usual, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this beautiful channel, save this video in your playlist, share this video with your friends, with your family, and I see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye, people.